How you doing, guys? Levi here. It doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter what nationality you are, it doesn't matter what gender you are, it doesn't matter from what walk of life you're coming from, alright? This will help you improve the way you feel and it will help you improve your overall quality of life. I guarantee it, okay? The vast majority of people who are stressed out or they're anxious all the time, it's because they are stuck in this cycle instead of this one. The vast majority of people who are overweight and unhappy with their body, it's because they are stuck in this cycle instead of this one. Even more serious stuff, the vast majority of people who are unhappy, people who are depressed, even people who are suicidal, it's because they are stuck in this cycle instead of this one. So let me explain this. This is really, really close to my heart. I help people improve the way they look, improve the way they feel every single day. I've been doing it for years. And I have lost people close to me through suicide. I know people really, really close to me that have tried to take their own life but have failed. And I have seen the damage that this self-sabotage cycle, self-neglect cycle, the damage that this does, okay? So the top part here is life, all right? So this is like everything we have to deal with, our relationships, our stresses with work, or study, or school. It could be, things we have to deal with from the past, worrying about the future, all the different stresses of life, all right? Life is complicated, life is complex, there's so much going on. Life can be tough, okay? But most people have a really unhealthy, a really destructive way of dealing with the stresses of life, okay? So when people are stressed or anxious or low or they're tired and they're no motivation, they're not feeling good, most people go to a very unhealthy and destructive place to deal with that, okay? People are looking for a quick fix, a temporary release to ease the pain that they're going through, okay? So it could be comfort eating with food, it could be, drinking too much alcohol consumption, it could be fag smoking, need a fag, it could be drugs, whether it's prescription drugs or illegal drugs, or a big one today, the amount of time people are spending on screens, okay? The technology is equally as destructive as anything else, okay? I think the top three in society today are food, alcohol, and technology. They are the biggest distractions. They are the ones that are doing the most damage, okay? So, short term, if you're going to this, if you're going to the food or the drink or the drugs, if you're going there for your comfort, all right, to ease the pain or for your distraction, there's a massive negative knock-on effect where you come out the far side of feeling worse. So short term, it could be, guilty from the food, or feeling sluggish, or feeling tired from the food, or it could be the hangover from the drink, or the mental damage the alcohol consumption are doing. Same with the drugs, all right? Or same with the sedentary life. People, spending so much time on TV, on Netflix, on YouTube, on social media, instead of exercising, okay? Just as bad as the rest, okay? So short term, people go here and they come out the far side of it, all right, a few hours later or the next day, feeling a whole lot worse, then they go back into that life cycle all over again, okay? So that's just short term. Long term, this self-sabotage cycle is the number one thing that is doing damage physically and mentally in society today, okay? So if you are constantly abusing yourself, if you're constantly not looking after yourself, that is breaking you down. That is damaging your self-confidence. That is damaging your self-worth. That is damaging your ability to do things, all right? There is a really slow deterioration of people from this self-sabotage cycle. Like nobody wakes up one day, all right, and they are unbelievably stressed or unbelievably anxious out of nowhere, okay? For the vast majority of people, it's been a slow progression to that. Same again, nobody wakes up depressed one day, like chronically depressed, like they don't know what's happening, it's slowly materialized, okay? Same, nobody wakes up 5 stone overweight, okay? It slowly came from a long cycle of self-sabotage, okay? So, how do we fix this? What is the solution to the biggest problem that we have today? How can we fix this, okay? This is the self-care cycle, okay? So, people who are looking after themselves, they deal with the same stresses of life, okay? Losing people, or difficulty with jobs, or, they're getting stressed about different things, trouble with relationships, whatever, financial difficulties. People who are looking after themselves, okay? They're dealing with all that, but they're going to a different source to ease the pain, okay? And they've got a different outlet, okay, to improve the way they feel, okay? So instead of going to the food and to the alcohol and to the drugs and to the couch, okay, people are going for time outside, getting some fresh air. People are talking about what's going on, they're talking about their feelings. People are going to the gym, they're improving the way they look, they're improving the way they feel, by getting active, by getting healthy. People are meditating, using different types of mindfulness and meditation to ease their mind, to get in control of their thought patterns, to improve the way they feel. And people are setting goals and setting targets and visualizing going forward. This seems pretty simple, like common sense almost, alright? Get some time outside, talk to somebody, get into the gym, meditate, set goals. 95% of people don't do this, okay? Think about that. Only 5% of people are doing this. 95% of people are not taking care of themselves properly, okay? So think about it. How many people do you know, alright, that are fit, that are healthy, that are active, that are open to talking about what's on their mind, that are happy? How many people, alright? It's a small percentage. Because people are not focused and are not working on the self-care cycle. So, remember, people who are healthy and happy, their mind is still, they've low stress levels, low anxiety, they go through all the same things with life, because life is tough for everybody. Everybody is in a battle, okay? But they're changing the outlet, they're changing where they go to improve the way they feel, okay? So what happens here, short term, on the flip side of a healthy alternative to ease the pain, to look after yourself, short term, you've got more energy, you're feeling better, the body could be in better shape, the mindset is better, more dopamine, more serotonin, more endorphins, the chemical balance in the brain is different, your body is different, so you feel better, more energetic, sharper mind, more vitality. That's how you should feel, alright? The best version of yourself when this is where you're going, okay? So you feel better, okay, and then you go back into that cycle again, okay? You go to sleep, you get up the next day, alright, something happens, you've got a better coping mechanism, a better way to deal with things, okay? That's just short term. Long term, you're adding years to your life, okay? You are, cutting your chances of getting, stressed. You're cutting your chances of getting depressed. You're cutting your chances of getting overweight and obese. There is a massive positive knock-on effect to changing where you go to improve the way you feel, okay? Most people are stuck in the self-sabotage cycle. And if they can make that transition, instead of going to the food, instead of going to the alcohol, instead of going to the fags, instead of going to the drugs, if they can flip it and switch it and start working on talking about their feelings, talking about their thought process, talking about what's going on in their minds, and getting more active physically, getting fresh air, getting to the gym, getting their body in better shape, getting their energy up, so they actually have the energy to deal with this, okay? I think this is the biggest transition that we need to make in society today, okay? If people can make this switch over, it will reduce the amount of people that are stressed out, it will reduce the amount of people that are anxious, it will reduce the amount of people that are tired all the time, it will reduce the amount of people that are depressed, it will reduce the amount of people that are suicidal. This will improve people's quality of life, This will improve the way people look. This will improve the way people feel. But more importantly, this will save people's lives. This will save people. I've been working with Pieta House for years. Alcohol alone, just alcohol, nothing else, is involved in 52% of suicide cases in Ireland. Over half, 52%, not including any of the rest of it, okay? This transition, moving people away, educating people and moving people away from self-sabotage, the self-neglect cycle, okay, into a healthier way of dealing with the stress of life and getting into this self-care, self-love, looking after yourself. People can get into this cycle. It will be an absolute game changer, individually and collectively as a society, okay? So, there's my tip for today. Thanks for watching. Any questions, hit me up. Feel free to share, alright? Thanks guys.